do.
What?
Self-governed black town.
So, there are black people under us right now?
Yeah, why you think so many people die around here every year?
Because of drunk rednecks trying to fish at night, like you.
No. It's 'cause it's haunted.
You really think it's haunted?
Oh, yeah. A lot of souls down there. That's what pulled you under. Town full of black folk. They were almost white.
Get the hell out of here, man. What are you talking about? They were almost white?
White's not a real thing, right? There's no scientific basis for it. People just become white. Social. White is where you are, is when you are. Armenians are white as hell, so they...
Armenians.
When they damned the Chattahoochee, some refused to leave. They thought they were safe. They paid to be white. With enough blood and money, anyone can be white. It's always been that way. But the thing about being white is, it blinds you. It's easy to see the black man as cursed because you've separated yourself from him. But you don't know. You're enslaved just like him. Cold whiteness. You're hypothermic. You lose logic. You see the blood, and you think someone else is bleeding. Everyone's screaming at you to turn the machine off, but you can't hear them. You can't even hear yourself saying, "We're cursed too. We're cursed too."
Oh, shit! Right.
Did you see what they did to little May? Let's go get him. Who's with me?
Oscarville, Georgia was once full of black families, landowners, teachers, children, a thriving southern community. But in 1912, a white woman was found assaulted. 2 black teens were accused, with no trial, no proof, and lynched. That was the excuse. White mobs descended with rage. They gave black families ultimatums, leave or die. Over 1,000 black residents were forced to flee the county. Their homes were burned, their churches destroyed, their land stolen, deeds torn, ownership erased, no compensation. It wasn't justice, it was racial cleansing. The town was abandoned, its memory silenced. Decades later, in the 1950s, the government built Lake Lanier. They said it was for water, for growth, but what remained of Oscarville was drowned beneath the surface. No preservation, no reparations, no markers. Today, people boat and swim above it, never knowing what's buried below. They say the lake is cursed. Over 700 deaths. Boats crash, swimmers vanish, locals whisper about spirits. But the real curse is silence. The real haunting is historical. A black town wiped off the map, then flooded like it never existed. I realized they didn't just erase Oscarville from land, they tried to erase it from memory. That broke me. Follow if you were never taught this. And if this is your first time hearing it, comment Oscarville. We're producing more stories like this because silence won't protect the truth.
They say water don't hold memory, but Lake Lanier, that water remembers everything. Before Lake Lanier was water, it was Oscarville, Georgia, a thriving black town. I'm talking over 1,000 black folks, running their own schools, their own hospitals, banks, farms, everything. They didn't just live there, they built it from the ground up. Oscarville was black excellence before we even had a name for it. Education, business, medicine, right in the heart of Forsyth County. But in 1912, the mobs came. One accusation turned into violence, then came the threats, then the fire. They drove every black resident out, took the land, and left it hollow. Then, like they was trying to wash away the past, they flooded it. In the 1950s, the government built Lake Lanier right over Oscarville's bones. Stuff happened in this lake all the time. People vanish, boats crash. Some say it's cursed. Others say the town never left. You can't bury that kind of history without it clawing its way back up. The school is still down there. So is the church, the bank, the graveyard. You just can't see it. But Oscarville remembers. Still down there, waiting. And if you come out here smelling like them folks that took it all, their blood, their name, their kin, something down there might just reach up and take you back.
1912, nearly every black resident was forced out. That includes people living in an old black town called Oscarville. The community was formed in the late 1800s during the Reconstruction era.
There was a very strong community feeling among the blacks. About 300 children that went to some of the schools that were the black schools, and it was closely connected to the churches.
Georgia history teacher Lisa Crosby says Oscarville was a thriving black community, full of carpenters, blacksmiths, and bricklayers, but farming was the top trade.
So they really had kind of a miraculous farming growth here while the rest of the state was really struggling.
But then residents were abruptly forced off their land.
Well, the flashpoint, I think, is 1912.
This takes us back to the death of Mae Crow. The 19-year-old white woman was found dead in the woods near Oscarville, presumably after being raped.
Typically, the answer to white girls being raped was go to the black community and just start blaming people.
By nightfall, terror began to reign over Oscarville.
So from there, the rage and hatred in the community, mobs got together and they were called night riders, and they were riding throughout Oscarville and driving out the black community.
And the night turned deadly. You know, they were waking up by fires outside, fire bombs thrown in the church.
Filmmaker Bob Mackey recaptures those horrific nights in an upcoming television series.
Anytime anything happened, guess where everyone would go? To the church. Well, they attacked the church. People were hung, lynched.
Mackey's series features stories of direct descendants like George Rucker, who can trace his family back 4 generations to Oscarville. He tells the story of his great-grandfather, Bert Oliver, and the entire family being forced off their land.
Night riders came through. They had to leave everything. The main thing they left was property. My grandfather had 100 acres.
Rucker says many relatives died as they tried to flee.
So when they got to the Chattahoochee River, from what I understand, they were told, when the mob got up on the bridge, they were told that they either had to swim or drown. Most of them didn't make it. My grandfather was one of them that did make it. He lost some brothers and sisters.
He says his relatives who survived settled in Gainesville.
From what my mother told me, buried all of them. He would sit and tell her this story, and he would just sit and cry.
Crosby says whites in the area took over the remaining properties. She says Oscarville farmers were specifically skilled in raising poultry, which set the pace for Gainesville eventually becoming poultry capital of the world.
You have a farm already going, and you had free land, so you just take it.
Rucker says his great-grandfather married his second wife, Beulah, and they built this school that still stands in Gainesville today. By the late 1950s, the Beaufort Dam was built and Lake Lanier was formed, covering up Oscarville and swallowing most of its history. Many believe Lake Lanier is haunted because of the high number of drownings. We spoke to officials who tell us because there is an entire town that includes structures and even forest areas with trees that are 60 feet tall, it makes it more difficult to navigate through, and someone can easily become trapped in debris, leading them to drowning.